Hey y'all, so I'm gonna do another eye tutorial for you guys today per request. So I'm just gonna use the Tarteist Pro Palette, and please excuse my hair. It is hair washing day and it's like 95% dry shampoo. We'll just leave it at that. But I'm gonna do a really simple eye makeup tutorial that you can wear to work, or you can jazz it up for nighttime. For daytime, I typically don't do lashes and I typically don't do eyeliner, so I'm going to stick with that today. But if you did want to make this a little bit more fancy, you can still do the same technique and just add on lashes and some eyeliner and you'll be good to go. So if you guys want to see how to do this super easy eye tutorial with this little gem right here, then just keep watching. Okay, so Tarte did a really fantastic job with this palette because they have kind of already synchronized the colors for you in this palette. I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you're super beginner and you have no idea what colors, goes with what, I like to mix and match, but to make it easy, you literally can use the ones that are in each row. They kind of go together, they coordinate with each other. But for daytime, like if you're going to use this for work, I would stick to earthy neutral earthy natural tones. So I'm going to stick with browns today, but you can literally use any color, and I'm just going to use one brush and my finger and that's it. So I'm going to keep it really simple. So from the bottom row, the first color I'm going to take is this bold right here. And that's like a tan shade, and I'm just going to use this in my crease as a transition color. And I already have my my foundation and everything on. If you are really bad and have like a lot of fallout or something going on, you need to do your eyes first. Just use like an eyeshadow base. Like for example, this Sigma right here. It is in the shade Provoke. It's an eyeshadow base, or a lot of people like the MAC paint pots. You can go with something like that. I typically just use a little whatever is left over from my concealer, or my foundation, and just kind of blend it onto the eyelid. So you can see, of course, I'm just going to use circular and windshield wiper motions and then work that onto the lid. So what I do is I make like a V shape and then blend it into the crease. So I concentrate just on the outer V and then blend into the crease. And the key is going to be to blend, because I'm team no harsh lines over here because it's not cute. And don't think the more product you pick up on your brush, the better. Just start with a little bit and you can always build it up. And just as a side note, I'm filming with like natural light today, so I'm seeing if this picks up the colors a little bit more naturally than having all the studio lights shining on me. So let me know what you guys think about that, if it looks better, if you like it better the other way. But you could leave it like this and then just add some shimmer on the lid for daytime, and that's really all you need. But I am going to pick up this color right here called Edgy, and your girl needs to get her nails done. So it's just like another shade darker brown, and I'm just going to concentrate that on the outer V and then work it into the crease. I'm not going to drag this all the way into the inner corner, like all the way over here. I'm going to concentrate it on the outer part of the eye. And you can see that just adds a lot of like depth and dimension, but it's not overwhelming. And don't worry about trying to be like so precise. Like you really can't mess it up as long as you blend. And normally I would use a much smaller brush. So my rule of thumb is the darker the shade and the more precise you need to be, the smaller your brush should be. So typically if I'm doing like 2 or 3 colors, the size of my brush that with the darker shadows that I use goes down in size. But mine are currently sitting on the kitchen counter waiting for a good scrub, and I haven't done it yet, so we're gonna work with this today. And I always, like, when you get down to this part, I always like kind of swirl upwards towards the end of that brow there, just because you want to always give the eyes a more lifted appearance versus a, obviously, like a droopy, saggy appearance, because that ain't cute. It ain't cute. So, and when you have it blended to your liking, you can totally leave this matte if you want and just put more on the lid of the bold. Like if you're more of a matte kind of gal, this color right here, you can totally do that. But I always like a little shimmer on the lid because I feel like it wakes up the face and it's just fun. And if I could roll around in glitter, I would every day. I feel like patting it on myself, but that's not real life. Okay. Anyway, so these two are my favorite out of the palette as far as shimmers. These two top, like goldy and champagne colors right here. You could literally mix and match. I'm going to go with the lighter one, which is the Glam for today. And you're just going to use your third, I had to count my fingers. Use your third finger and just pat it onto the lid. And then drag it into the inner corner. And you want to keep it on the lid. Don't like work it up into the crease. See how pretty that looks? And do the same on this lid. And this is a look that you could literally do like foundation, everything. I would say like 15-20 minutes, especially for daytime. And when I pretty much wore this look to work a lot, but what I would do, like if we were going to go out afterwards, and by out I mean to like McAllister's, I would just throw on some eyeliner and then pop on some lashes if I wanted. But you know what, lately I love lashes and I wear them maybe like once a week, but lately I've been like letting my lashes breathe a little bit and it's been kind of nice. So that's all you do with that. I am going to tell you when you want to put the colors you used on your lid underneath your lower lash line, but use a much smaller brush than this because you can see this is like going to get everywhere. But I'm going to take that lighter bold shade and just dust it under there so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And that would be all you need. And then what I would do is take like a smaller brush for your lower lash line. Go in with a darker shade first, which is like the edgy, or any colors you pick through this palette. Go in with a darker one first, keep it really close and tight to the lash line. Then take your buffing brush, dip it into the lighter shade, and then buff it out. That way you don't have like a harsh line underneath. I should like keep a running total of how many times I say harsh lines. It's kind of annoying. But anyway, I'm being serious. No harsh lines, okay guys? Hallelujah. Curl my lashes and pop on some mascara. And for during the day, I wouldn't even worry about eyeliner. Like honestly, I'm not a huge fan of eyeliner. I don't know why. I've never have been. I wear it on the top more so than the bottom. You know I'm feeling real extra if you see me with eyeliner on. Forgot to show you one little thing. So these two shades right here, I wouldn't use it's called Vintage. I wouldn't use that one, but the one at the top, it's called Classic. I would use that to highlight underneath your brow bone, or you can use like your highlighter, like I have Champagne Pop on right now. You can use that underneath your brow bone. But typically for like daytime, I don't like a shimmer underneath my brow bone. I'm more of just like a matte. But it just kind of helps to like wake it up a little bit. And this is like what I'm working with right now, is this little cup of brushes because I'm lazy. And when you have to wash your kit brushes plus your brushes, your personal tends to struggle a little bit because obviously your kit's gonna come first. Okay, so that had nothing to do with this video. I just wanted you to know I was struggling with the brush department over here. But now you're just gonna coat with mascara. And don't get it on your lid like I just did. If that happens, let it dry completely and then it'll come right off with like a Q-tip. But if you guys haven't tried this mascara yet, you're missing out. You need it in your life. Like, look at, that's one coat of mascara. Alright, you can stop there if you like. But I always like to match what I do on the top a little bit, so I am just gonna put a smidgen down there. All I used was this Tarteist Pro palette. I used the 2 shades on the bottom and the classic to highlight the brow bone. That is it. You could do a variety of things with this. Like, you could use the 2 darker purples. You could use the burnt orangey shades, the pinks down here. You can mix and match. For daytime, like I said, just stick with the natural earthy tones, and I always use these 2 up at the top for the shimmer. But at nighttime, like if you're gonna go out or something, like totally use these down here because they're fun and they're not super bright. Really pretty palette. This is definitely one of my go-tos and probably one of my favorite purchases. I use it all the time. But that is all you need, and you just throw on some gloss or a little lipstick, and that's it. It's like super simple. If you guys liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And leave any comments with questions or requests for new videos, and I will see you guys next time.